Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to today's live streaming. I'm so excited to have you here. In today's live streaming, we're going to learn together about impulse buying, why you buy the things you don't need. And I'm going to be profiling some solutions on how you can curtail this impulse of buying the things you don't need, and later you start regretting it. So, welcome, 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 and I hope you're having a good day. All right, this is my YouTube channel where we discuss everything 9 to 5, ways to improve your life, ways to help you live a better life, earn more income, and live the life of your dream. I will implore you right now to take some minutes off and pick the link to this live streaming and share to your friends so that they will also benefit. Okay, let me give us a few minutes to do that so that others can join. Okay, guys, let's start in earnest. Okay, like I said, today we're going to be discussing impulse buying and ways we can curtail it. Now, what is impulse buying, if you may ask? Impulse buying is that situation where you purchase things you don't really need at the moment, and later you start regretting buying those things. You never plan for it, you never consider it, and later you start regretting buying those things. So okay, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. All right. We're talking about impulse buying. Okay. Have you ever wondered why, when you go to the supermarket and at that point of checkout, you find something like candy, chocolates, sweets, and some petty petty items there? Do you think it's for balance? Maybe you're paying for $99 and you give them $100, and you're expecting $1 as your balance. Then they may not suggest to you, oh, do you mind chocolates, candy, and all that, and you just go for it just to rhyme up your money and you check out. Do you think it's for balances? No. This is a little places where we experience impulse buying. So impulse buying is that prompting you have to purchase things you see just maybe by sight, and it just appeals to you that, oh, I think I like this, I'll get it. I think I need this bag, I think I need this shoe. Oh, this is lovely. You just get it. You understand? That's impulse buying. You never planned for it, you never budgeted for it, you never had in mind that today I'm going to purchase this item, and you just go ahead and get it. Now when you now get to the house, or maybe days later, or maybe when you show it to friends, and maybe your family members, they will like scold you. This is not beneficial. Now why did you buy this, why did you buy that? You now start regretting. So that's impulse buying. So a lot of times it happens to so many of us. Yes, even me, I'm speaking from experience. It happened to me severally before I sat myself down, and I want to share with you how I was able to curtail impulse buying. And I know it's going to help a lot of us, especially during this period. This is the festive period, and it comes with a lot of fanciful things, things that will appeal to your eyes and mind, and you want to spend. And if you don't have that money, you even want to borrow or go on credit just for you to purchase that item you saw, just because it's appeals to your mind, your impulse, everything. So this live streaming is coming as a way of advising us on how we can curtail impulse buying. Yes, I know it has eaten so deep into the fabrics of many of us, and we have not really taken time to know what is the problem. But sometimes we just complain of lack of cash, and all that, not knowing that it is our habits, our daily habits, that have led us to not having cash at the end of the year. And you find yourself like, oh, I wanted to achieve this, but I ended up doing this. Even in the Bible, Paul said the things he said he wants to do, he finds himself not doing it. Then the things he said he's not going to do are the things that he finds himself doing the most. So when you talk about impulse buying, for instance, I was at the market today, and a lady wanted to buy clothes for her baby. Her baby is just 3 months old, and she is going for a child blessing. So she needed some clothing for the baby. So I met her. She wanted to buy a shoe, and the shoe is just very, very tiny, just exactly the size of the baby's leg. And I was like, oh, mama, how old is your child? She said it's just 3 months. I said, okay, fine. If your child is 3 months and you're buying this expensive shoe that is just exactly his size for this amount of money, it's actually costing about, let me say, 17 to $18 for that shoe. Okay, let me say 18,000 naira thereabout for a child of 3 months. Very expensive. I was like, mama, don't you think it's really way too high? Okay, fine. Even if you're going for this shoe because you like it, why not just buy something that the baby can come up with? Maybe something like he can wear up to like 2 years, or maybe in 6 months. In 6 months' time, it will still be relevant. This is just like exactly his size for 3 months, and you're buying this. It's really going to be very expensive, and it will not be economical. You understand? She was like, oh, it's true. What you said is true. Yes, I'll think about it. So when she came to buy, she never had plans. But this lady that is selling this clothes, she's so skilled that, this will be beautiful. She threw this at her. She was like, oh, I like this. She said, you're going for child blessing, right? You need this one for going to church. Then when you come back to the house, you need to change the baby to another clothing. This one will look good on him. She brought out another clothing, and the woman said, oh, this is also beautiful. So she ended up buying things she never planned for, way at an outrageous price she never even imagined, just because she's an impulse buyer. She did not plan before she came. So that is why I decided to do this live streaming, to help many of us, especially the 9 to 5 workers. Yes, I remember those days when I was in my office. I work in the bank then. During this festive period, usually they know that, yes, bankers don't have time to go to the market to buy things for their kids, to buy things for themselves. So what did they do? These marketers are so are so skilled that they will bring these items to your office. They will usually wait during closing hours. They will wait for you, and they'll start sampling it. They'll bring hairs, a lot of hairs to the office, and you see colleagues will rush and want to like pick this one, pick this one, pick this one. And you know what? One funny thing they used to do, they will come towards the end of the month. They will not come at the beginning of the month, knowing that salary has not come. So they will come towards the end of the month, when you're likely expecting your salary. They will say, collect it now. You can pay twice, or you can pay, Just anytime you have, you can even pay little by little. These are ways that they have groomed us to become impulse buyers. Yes, we never knew. We thought we are getting things, not knowing that gradually, one thing with habits, when you are doing something repeatedly every time, before you know, it becomes your habit, and is who you are, is your personality, and it will ruin your life. So that is what impulse buying does to us. You understand? So another point is this: most of us, due to the programs we grew up with from childhood till when we are adults, we grew up with this program that money is attached to spending. Yes, we see money as soon as you get money, spend, 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 buy this, buy that, buy that, and once the money is finished, you will rest. And when you get another one again, the cycle continues. You now say buy this, buy that, and before you know, the money is finished. I learned one thing from my dad when I was growing up, and that has been very, very helpful to me, and I wouldn't mind sharing it here. He told me something. He called me like, Vivian, come. There's something he has observed. Whenever money comes into your hand, something happens. I said, what's that? He said, do you notice that all the things that you want to use that money for will come to your mind immediately? About 20 things. Buy this, buy that, pay for this. That shoe you wanted to get then, that bag that you couldn't afford then. This is the exact amount for that bag. Oh, that dress, that rent that was this is the exact amount that came, and you want to use the same money, this same money to spend on 20 things. You now start battling, oh, which one goes first, which one goes second, and all that. So he said, do you know what you're supposed to do at that point in time? I said, no, I don't know. He said, whenever money comes like this and you have 20 things clamoring for that same amount, just pause. Don't spend it on any of these 20 things. Just keep it for, and just keep the money somewhere for days. Give it like 4 to 5 days. And you'll find out that the true need of that money will not come. The true need. And in economics, we call it the scale of preference. That most important need that needs to be solved, while others will be left forgone, opportunity cost, the other ones will be left forgone, that important one will come up, and that is what you should now use that money for. That was a very valuable lesson I learned from him, and it has helped me all through my life. Yes, it has helped me. And that made me, that time I was working in the bank, when they come up with these plenty things that will entice us, clothes, shoes, bags, hairs, and all that children things that are so enticing for the season, I'll say no, they are not on my budget right now. I'm not getting it right now. The fund is not available. They'll say, oh, take it now. Whenever you ask, no, I didn't plan for it. When I want to get it, I'll go to the market with my cash and I buy it. And that is how I avoid them. Sometimes if I see them coming, I'll be going home without even stopping by, because as soon as you stop by to say, let me just check, that impulse will keep becoming stronger until you have committed yourself. Yes, I know it has happened to you 1 or 2 times. Yes, so I want to be sharing with you some of the ways you can use to avoid it, so that you can live a better life, managing your money and using it for something more important than spending it frivolously in a way that you start regretting, and you wish that, oh, if I had known, I wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't have done that. Especially for the mothers and 9 to 5 workers, knowing that yes, the salary is limited, is not enough, so you need to manage it and put it into use. Seriously, let me tell us, that salary you're earning is not meant for spending. Come to think of it, you spent a whole lot of your time, energy, and everything just to earn that money, and now you're squandering it in something that are not even needful. No, you're supposed to think twice before you spend that salary you sweated like this to get. Before you spend it, you're supposed to think twice. So I'm going to share with you, I think about 4 to 5, actually about 6 to 7 strategies you can use to curtail impulse buying. So without wasting time, let's dive into number one. Number one said you need to create a budget. Yes, you need to create a budget. If you don't budget your spending, you end up spending everything you have until you are zero, before the scale will fall off your eyes. You need to budget your spending. Yes, before any money comes, not even when the money is with you, before that money, okay, fine, you're expecting your salary at the end of the month. By 15th of the month, you started budgeting your salary, what it is supposed to be used for. You don't just start, when the money is with you, now start budgeting. No, you get it wrong. you plan ahead of the salary coming or ahead of any income that is coming. You plan ahead that, okay, this money that is coming, first of all, pay yourself. This amount is going into my savings. Okay, this one is going to my rent. This one is going to my food. This one is going for this, that, and that. Then anyone that is left for miscellaneous, that is the one you're supposed to hold. When those impulse buying comes, you find out that there is not enough money to even service that impulse that is coming to say buy this, buy that, because your money is already budgeted for crying out loud. Your money is budgeted for, so there is no vacancy for that thing, except maybe it is what you're budgeted for. And it now comes, yes, there's different types of impulse actually. Yes, you may be saying, okay, I'm gonna buy a red dress so that I can use it to attend my sister's wedding. It's part of your budget, right? I'm gonna buy a red dress. So now you're not working. Okay, I'm gonna buy a red dress on a Tuesday, and now on a Monday, maybe you're just walking past by and you just saw that red dress. Fine, that one is not, that's another type of impulse buying. Actual impulse is impulse buying, because you didn't plan it's going to be on Monday, but you have already put it in your budget. So it now comes. So if you buy that one, you won't really regret it. You say, oh, it came earlier. It came earlier. So you will not really see that one as something, something that you spent. You will not feel regret. Yeah, the actual disadvantage of that impulse buying is that it makes you have regrets, and it makes you become financially insufficient, because by the time you have squandered the money on something that you'd have used it for that is more important, you start feeling you don't have money again for that important task. So that's the bad part of it. So but now, if it's something you've already budgeted for and you saw it, I won't call that one impulse buying, though it's impulsive, but not really for the negative. Okay, so always go with the budget. Like for me, what I do before I go to the market, I stay back at home, sit down and take my budget, my plans down. What am I going to buy? I call my daughter, please come, help me check around the house, check around the kitchen. What do we need? What are the most important things? They will not start mentioning, oh, we need oil, we need beans, we need rice, we need this, that, detergent. Those most important things that are daily consumables in the house. We need toothpaste, we need soap for bathing. They'll start mentioning. Then after that, the major thing I want to buy in stock, I'll write. I'll I'll total my money. Okay, it's 15,000. I'll just put, okay, 1,000 or 1,500 for miscellaneous in case the prices increase or whatever. I'll just put extra and then put my transport and all that, and off I go to the market. Even while I'm buying things from you, I'm looking at my list. If the next item I'm getting from my list is still in your shop, I'll get it there. So, and as soon as I'm done with my list, shram, 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 I shred it, I turn my back and go home. So if you do it this way, there is no way you will see anything that will, want to come and entice you, because it's not on the list. The money is not there. So are you going to carry the money for the essentials of the house and now go and be buying things that are not ready? Maybe you saw a shoe or a fine clothes that you liked. No, because you know that, okay, if I use this money and buy this shoe and buy this bag, which one will I use to cook my pot of soup that I will give to the family? So you will not be tempted to do that. So that's one of the most important way I've really learned, that have helped me to curtail my excesses when it comes to impulse buying. Because initially I was very impulsive. I don't used to budget. But when I sat down and when I've dealt with that, when that feeling of regret have really hit me severally, and I was like, oh, next time I won't try it again. Oh, I've learned my lesson, before I now started writing down. So you too can inculcate that habit. It will be very helpful to you. Okay, plan your spending, plan your money. Another thing you need to do, point two, don't move about with cash, excess cash with you. Have a limited amount of money that you go out with, maybe just for transport. Then also, don't have your cards with you, maybe credit card or debit card. Don't carry it about. Keep it in the house, or keep it somewhere that you can not easily just be moving around, because by the time you see something you want, you like, and you don't have the money, there's no Jupiter that will make you buy it, because there's no buying power. But it usually comes when you have excess money in your bag or with you, or you have your card that you can easily swipe, or you can easily use the POS, or you can easily use credit, or you can easily use your phone app, and piam, 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 you have transferred. That is when impulse buying will always have its power on you. But if you're always there, that you're not going out with too much cash, you're not with your ATM card, you're not with your mobile app, there is no way for you to get cash easily, then it will restrict you a little from becoming an impulse buyer. Okay, yes, I remember one time, many years ago, I was just passing by. I just saw one beautiful shoe for my children. I was like, oh, this shoe is beautiful, let me just go and know how much. When I went closer, I saw more beautiful ones, and I was tempted to, buy for three of them at the same time. But I never had enough money because I've disciplined myself not to be moving about with cash. So what did I do? I said, okay, I dropped some money with the lady and said, ma, please, oh, I really love these shoes, but I don't have the cash right now. So let me drop this money with you just for you to keep the shoe. But wait, if I don't come in the next 1 week, please sell off your shoes. Let me come and take my deposit. That was what I did. Yeah, that's also a way, because when you're not with cash and you have some, and you feel that, oh, maybe you really need this thing in the future. So depositing that money and giving yourself a time frame will give you enough time to go back and think that, does it really worth it? Do I really need it? Is it a pressing need? By the time you consider these two, three things, you're like, oh, I don't really think I need it. You can now call the person that you draw that money. Okay, fine, you've given the person your mandate. In the next 1 week, you didn't see me, sell off. If I come back, good and fine. So that will not help the person to, okay, so that will not break that impulse buying in you. Yes, we do not break it, because you're not coming there to pick up the stuff again. You have not sat back. So that is one of the skill again that you can use to reduce impulse buying. And what is that skill? For instance, if the shoe you wanted to buy impulsively without thinking to it cost, let me say 50,000 or $50, it means you need 50 minutes to think about that purchase. Yes, think about that purchase for 50 minutes. Just sit down. Is it worth it? Do I really need it? I already have a shoe. Must it be black? But I have something that is good. Why not just go with this one? Why not manage and use that money and put in something else? So these thoughts will start running through your mind for 50 minutes. You'll not be able to, like, okay, it's not an impulse buy, I need it. You cannot pay for it. Yes, take that time and sit down and count. How do I really need this? It cost me $10, right? 10,000 naira. Okay. For 10 minutes, think critically about it. If you apply this strategy, you break that jeans. Yes, you is a jeans, you break it. Yes, you break that jeans. So, like I said, the fourth strategy I use is use cash to pay. If you don't have that cash, you don't have it. Forget about it. Don't go about with your card so that you can easily use your card and swipe, or your app and transfer. Go with little cash. It will help you a long way to stop that impulse buying. Okay? So stop and think. Stop and think. When you stop and think, it will help you purchase with the right frame of mind. Yes, it will help you to purchase with the right frame of mind. A lot of us don't buy things in our right frame of mind. Maybe we just feel happy. Oh, I'm happy. Let me just give myself a treat. From there, you spend. Yes, that's emotion. You buy out of emotion. And majority of people, that's what they do. And these people that sells these items, they know the psychology of human emotions. So they use it so much on us. Yes, and if you have not recognized yourself, you fall for their trick. Like that lady today I met, because she's so happy that, oh, my children are going out for child blessing. Oh, I'm so excited. Join me and celebrate. I have twin. I've been praying to God to bless me, and today I have a twin. We're going to bless the children. The lady used that of it. Oh, congratulations, ma. Think this will look beautiful. A lot of people will come and visit your child, and first acting you go with this one. Second acting you go look at the matching shoe. Isn't it not beautiful? Just look at the hairband. And the lady was just falling for it, falling for it. Maybe she budgeted to spend maybe $20 in that shop, but she will end up spending up to $60 because she's just bringing beautiful, beautiful things. After all, they will sell their goods now. Yes, so if you are a marketer, that's why in my previous video I talked about learning sales and marketing. Yes, those are learning sales and marketing. They have this psychology of human being. They study this so well that they know that human beings buy due to their emotions. So when they are happy, they will spend. Take for instance now, the men. Yes, when their clubs are winning, oh my goodness, they will spend, they will buy drinks for everybody, they will buy things for their wives, for their children. They'll just be so happy, they'll just be spending. But when their club loses, what happens? They'll be so angry. They will be so angry. If you tell them about anything, say, get away. I don't want to hear that. Just because they are angry, their clubs have lost. So, but when they are happy, they spend. So that is what these people that sell things know, and they will use it on us. So don't go and fall for that trap. Always budget yourself very well before you you think of buying anything. Then the fourth one is this: please don't fall for those temptations. Yes, don't fall for those temptations. Like I told you, while I was at my 9 to 5 job, then during this festive period, military season like this, they'll bring a lot of things. Man, I'll just close my eye and say, man, one woman will just come and say, ah, madam, look at this bag now. It's matching exactly with your brown gown. Oh, lovely. I say, madam, I have a bag. Madam, this one I have and this one, it will still carry the same thing. There's no difference. There was, yes, let me share my experience with you. There was a time, I think about 4 or 5 years ago then. Oh my God. They call it this Dior. Yeah, Dior is a designer bag. It was just flying all over the office. Everybody, Dior bag, Dior bag. I said, am I a spoon? Am I the only one left out? Let me join and buy. I was just, impulsively. I said, let me just buy. Others are buying it. Now let me buy. I just went and bought the bag, $6, 6,000 naira then. Do you know that that bag did not last for 2 months? Yes, 2 months. Initially, when I carried, I'm like, "Oh, your bag is beautiful, Dior bag, designer." I say, "Yes." How much did you buy it? I say, "Sister." I say, "Woo, that's a lot of money." Then, no, then when the dollar rate wasn't as high as this, that's very expensive. I say, "Yes." I was just feeling on top of the world. Just after 2 months, the bag started peeling off. The bag started peeling off. I was so disappointed. I was like, "Oh, this bag, I thought it will last forever. I thought it would even last me for 2 years. Just 2 months, the bag started peeling and I was so disappointed and I have to trash it. I was like, oh, what kind of thing is that? I just wasted my money. And that was the day I received sense. I say, no, I can't continue doing this. So I canceled it. That no matter how how enticing their offers are, no, this one I have, okay, that one I was having before I bought that one of the deal is still lasted me for like 2 years. Meanwhile, I bought that one maybe like 1,000 naira or so. That was what I bought that back then. But this one I bought 6,000, ended up peeling off in 2 months. So I was so regretful, I was so remorseful, and that was the day I stopped buying things that they threw at me at the office. So you too can do same, because I know that most of the times you must have maybe a shoe or a clothes or something, and at the end of the day you start regretting. So don't fall for that temptation. Hold yourself. Count if they tell you the bag is 6,000 for 6 minutes, think about that bag. Is it worth it? That shoe, is it worth it? That cloth, is it worth it? But I've been wearing clothes before. Why is this one so special? Why is this one so different? Okay, let me give you another striking example. Another thing that happens mostly, especially to 9 to 5 workers, colleagues will just come, I'm doing a shebi, I'm doing wedding. They'll carry their shebi cloth and be throwing on you a cloth that cost maybe for 1,000, because they call it asoebi cloth, it will become 6,000. You understand? And everybody is just picking the cloth. Everybody is just picking the cloth, and you're like, oh, am I the one that is going to be left out? Let me just collect it. Meanwhile, I didn't budget it too. Me particularly, categorically, when I was at my job then in the bank, I'll tell you pump and plain, sweetheart, I'm sorry, I have so many clothes I will wear to your wedding. It mustn't be this one. Yes, it mustn't be this one. You mustn't compel me to buy what I don't want to. I say it and they feel offended, but I don't give a damn. It's my money that is going out. My money is being budgeted for. Yes, it's my sweat and blood. I'm not supposed to be using it to be doing frivolities. I have other things I can use it for, not for Ashebi. This one will bring. Another colleague is wedding, so will bring. By the time you calculate the money that is going off from your pocket, it's almost like 10 to 12,000 naira out of your small salary that you're trying to manage. So me, I'll tell you blatantly that, sorry, sweetheart, if it's for their shabby clothes, I have clothes I will wear. You won't chase me out. I will look good and nice, but this one is not in my budget. And they'll feel bad, but I don't give a damn. So don't feel like, oh, I will be the only one left out. It's good to stand out differently. You mustn't join the bandwagon to do what they are doing. So don't go and be impressing people. You're not here to impress anybody. Yes, as a 9 to 5 worker who is managing his or her salary, you're not there to impress anybody. Not because they are holding these big phones, you want to go and buy your own to belong. They are carrying designer bag, you want to go and belong. With your small salary, you want to impress who? When you are even under slavery, you should be looking for ways to save a lot of money to go and, go out of that place and set up your life and, be free and use your time judiciously. And now you're using that money you have been paid to now start impressing people, living life extravagantly and living on impulse buying. Please don't fall for that temptation, okay? So another strategy that you can apply is try as much as possible to postpone your your buying. Yes, like I told you how I did mine then. If I feel that, oh, this is an impulse buy, it's not really worth it to, I will deposit small money with that person and say, yeah, hold this, give me from now till Tuesday or from now till 2 days time. If I don't pay off the balance, let me go and think about it. If I don't pay off the balance, please sell off your item and give me back my money. Then if I really need it before that 2 days, I will make sure I go and get it. So you can use that strategy by postponing your buying. When you postpone your buying, it will give you enough time to think about the buying, that expenses, and you know whether you are really acting based on impulse or you actually need that item. I think that will go a long way to help you. Okay, to go a long way. So another thing you can do to curb impulse buying is by trying to do a savings challenge. Yes, or either you call it a savings challenge or a no spend challenge. Yes, is it just like you do savings challenge? Okay, every month I want to be setting aside $10 for miscellaneous or for emergency. But like I usually used to tell my students, please don't save for emergency. Save for better days, save for good times, save for opportunities, save for using it for investment. Don't call it emergency. You know, there is power in spoken words. Whatever you say out of your mouth, the universe concurs to it and directly or indirectly brings those things to you. Yes, I remember when I said I'm saving for emergency. Emergency keeps coming and keeps sweeping up my money, and I always start from zero. Yes, I will save to some certain extent. Like I remember when I said I wanted to buy my sewing machine, I started saving for sewing machine. I said I'm saving for sewing machine. That was what I keep telling my mind. I'm saving for sewing machine. And I started saving. And do you know that I saved until like that money was enough to buy my sewing machine, 50,000 then. Yes. But do you know that previously before now, I've been telling myself I'm saving for emergency, I'm saving for, and the emergency keeps coming to carry my savings. Before you know, my child has fallen sick. We'll go to the hospital. Before you know, 30,000 have gone. The whole savings will just, ooh, I'll have to start all over again. I will save. Before you know, somebody, a family member had an accident. They needed so amount of money for operation. Ooh, they called on me. The whole money went. I said, I will have to start from square one again. So that was how I said, no, I'm not going to be saving for emergency. I changed the language, and that programming language changed my changed the the way my brain started working. My brain started seeing opportunities instead of seeing emergencies. And that helped me. I was able to actualize the dream of getting my own sewing machine even while a 9 to 5 worker. Then that was many years. I think that was during the COVID-19 then. Yes, that was how I saved. I just said, okay, for this month I'm going to be saving 200 naira every day. I just told myself like that, and I started doing it. Before I could open my eyes and close, my sewing machine is looking at me. I said, wow, if it's like this, then it's going to be fine. I started saving towards my laptop. I saved towards the laptop for some time, and something came up and I couldn't continue with that savings again. Something took off my money and I did another one again, and I was able to, actualize that laptop. So save, do a savings challenge, do a no spend challenge. Say this month I'm not going to spend beyond so amount, and those amounts you're going to mention are going to be for very important things like maybe daily needs, food, clothing and shelter. And the clothing should not be extravagant. You can just make do with what you have, or go on a low budget just to curb up some extra cash that will help you. I know, yes, coming year now is very close by. January is just by the corner. Like I keep telling my students, Januaries are not for planning. Januaries are for execution. So whatever you want to do January, this is the right time to plan it, so that when January just come, you just start executing. Okay, so you can decide that, oh, coming January, I want to save for 30 days. I want to do a savings challenge. You understand? Then you start, so that to help you. Or I'm not going to spend anything beyond this amount on this, on that. Just put it down and start immediately to follow it. So try a no spend challenge. It will help you. Okay. Now, like I've always said before, another point is this: please don't go with your card. Yes, don't go with your card. I worked in the bank, so I know what I'm saying. Yes, I worked in the bank, and several times they used to give us a lot of targets. Yeah, there was one year then. Yeah, let me cite a very practical example for you. There was one year then, that was like 7 years ago. Yes. The management of my organization came up with a strategy. They call it 5 years strategic plan. Yes, 5 years strategic plan. And what is that plan they had in the next 5 years? That thing they did expanded my reasoning to think like my organization. Yes, like let me just digress a little. If you're a 9 to 5 worker, hmm, don't just be working and you're just working with passing of time. You wake up in the morning, you go to work, after work, you go home, you repeat this process. No, there's something you're supposed to be doing in that organization, something very important that you're supposed to be doing in that organization while you were there. And what is that thing? You're supposed to be learning. Learn how the organization is being run. Learn how they are doing their processes. Learn how the management is issuing a directive, following through to execution, their customer management, their whatever. Follow through those processes, write it down, internalize it. In fact, be part of it. Jump into the process. Anyone they say do, enter and do. Don't complain. No, it's not my job. Oh. I never did that. I went through almost all the desk in my organization, almost all, including the supervisor. It's just that I'm not a supervisor, I'm a contract worker. So I didn't, even though I know all the functions they're doing, I don't have that power. But my supervisors gave me that authority. Some of them gave me their sign up to do whatever I want because they trusted me and trusted me with the process. So learn what your organization is. So that year, 7 years ago, they came up with 5 year strategic plan. And what was that strategic plan? That plan was in the next 5 years, from that time they were propounding those strategies. In the next 5 years, they want every of their customer to have card. To have card. Okay, fine. Even if you don't have a card, you must have one of their channels. One of their channels. Either you have a card, or you have a USSD code, or you have a mobile app, or you have the online banking platform. For alternative channel, you must have one. So they gave everybody targets. They set up a price, big prizes. They even set up international trip. If your branch win the what they call it, the prize, your somebody, two persons, two representatives from your branch is going to go on all expense paid trip to maybe Dubai or something like that. So everybody was like, pushing for it. Every branch was pushing for it. I was just watching. Every branch was, even me, we are all in the process together. All of us were fighting for it. And eventually a branch won. They topped all the parameters, and two representatives were sent to Dubai. And they also sent a cash prize, I think about 500,000 to the branch for everybody to share. They were all happy. Yes. But do you know that they ended up making the boss richer? We ended up making our boss richer, far, far more than the money they spent on that Dubai trip, far more than what they paid us as maybe like incentive for achieving that milestone. Yes. You know what? It has a ripple effect. Still today, they are still reaping from that dividend. Yes. Do you know that even if it's 10 naira that the customers are being charged for using their card to transact, even if it's 10 naira, multiply it by all the millions of customers they have all over the globe, all over Nigeria. 10 naira, multiply it. You know what? It's where the money is all this 10 naira, not on those big transactions. It's all this 10 naira people do consistently, and that is why the POS guys are always on balling. Why? That's why they are stewing, because those turnover, it amounts to a lot. Yes, that's the system of Nigeria. If you don't understand this aspect of sachetization, when you break down processes to the least common factor that every individual can achieve, can have a taste of it, then you have made money. That's what they did. Those 10 naira, imagine that time, 5 years, 7 years now ago, they are still using that card, and anyone that expires, they will renew back. Okay, look at what saved a lot of people during that cash crunch. It was because they have cards. Those ones that don't have card were now coming to beg for people to give them, for the banks to give them card, because there's no money anywhere. So excuse me, practically you need your card to use on POS to make your payments or swipe or whatever. So that plan they had that time, that 5 year strategic plan, is still paying them up till now, and it will keep paying them because it has now become a total reality, a norm, that for you to have an account, you need a card. Okay, imagine this high cost of fuel. People have to transport themselves almost 500 to 1,000 naira just to leave their house and go to the bank to withdraw how much? 3,000 naira. Meanwhile, there's a POS guy in your next neighbor there, your next neighborhood, where you can just pay 100 naira and get your 5,000, 10,000. So why come to the bank? Why come to the bank? And that made a lot of people to lose their job indirectly. Yes, that was their plan, to reduce the labor force and send everything back to the customer. Do it yourself, DIY, do it yourself from the house. From your house, you can do your transaction. From your house, you can catch your money. From your house, you can deposit through a previous agent. From the house, even when you want to do transfers, they even on the app there's a way you can upgrade your limit. If you want to do 1 million naira now and you can't do 1 million naira, there's a way, on the app there's an option for you to upgrade it to maybe 10 million or 5 million, so you don't need to come to the bank. So when you stay and nobody's coming to the bank, you automatically lose your job. Yes, you go home. Okay, so that's their strategic plan. So that card they gave you is a way of tempting you. You know why? It's a big temptation, because a lot of people don't even control their spending habit. They know that Nigerians cannot control their spending habits. They are in the bar, they have their card, they will buy and buy for their friends, use their card and pay, use their mobile app and transfer more money, right? You are becoming impoverished. Yes, you're spending your salary thinking but then they are getting richer. They are collecting those charges, they are collecting your money. You're paying for maintenances of that card, they're charging you a late. So think about it. So that card they give you, if I were you, run for your life. Keep it somewhere and use it only maybe on public holidays, Sundays, or wherever, on emergency when you really need the cash. That is when you should bring out that card. Yes. Don't just be carrying it about that day. Look at my card. And these days now, your card can be easily swiped. Your card can be sneaked, and just with the CVV and the ATM card digits, your money is gone. They don't even need to put it on any ATM. Just with web, your CVV and the card number, your money is gone. So don't carry those cards about. Remove them. Another point I want to make is this. Excuse me. Don't buy on credit. Don't use credit to, I mean, when I mean credit, I mean credit card. Yes, I know most of us, especially 9 to 5 workers, we are used to the credit card. Yes, where you buy money, that you buy things with money that you don't have. Your bank will give you credit based on you have a salary account with them. Immediately initiate credit card for you, and you fall for the gyms. When you want to buy something, you don't have cash. Oh, that's good. You use your credit card, like the one in my bank. They call it DTS, dual transaction services, where your debit card can also act as your credit card. So in this case, even if you don't have money in your debit card, you swipe it to your credit card and use it to make your payment. So please don't fall for it. If you are falling for it, don't worry, forgive yourself. Thank God this lesson is coming today. So just pick up your pieces and you move on. The next year is coming, very empty and very fresh and very beautiful. Is whatever you make of it that it will become. It's the decisions you take now, the habits you imbibe now, the actions you're going to take now, that is going to make your 2024 a very productive year. If you keep up with the habits you're using now in that same next year, you will still end it the same way. So, but that's not my wish and prayers for you. I want you to end the year in grand style. I want you to end 2024 thanking God that yes, you came across this video and it helps you change your mindset. Like somebody was testifying to me on my WhatsApp the other day that, oh, Coach Vivian, after that training we had for 95 workers on your WhatsApp group, in fact, my life has never remained the same. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy to hear this. Thank God that my teaching that day changed. Like, so how I wish I did not do that teaching that day. Somebody will still be wallowing in ignorance. So thank God for today. I really want you to come out of impulse buying. Okay, so if you know that you found any part of this video useful, what are you waiting for? Why not just hit that subscribe video, hit the like button, drop a comment. This will help YouTube to spread this message to as many as possible so that they will also learn. Okay, so the beauty of life is not just to live and exist. The beauty of life is when you create an impact and touch people's life. So by sharing this video, by hitting on that subscribe button, by hitting on that like button, you are spreading it out to people to hear, and you are also blessing their life. So I hope these few points of mine have been able to help you understand the concept of impulse buying and why you buy the things you don't need. Is because you don't have a budget, because you always attach money to spending, and you don't attach it to saving. So you have to detach that aspect of money, of spending it, and attach it to saving and investment. You need to go with a budget. You need to resist the temptation. You need to buy things in your right state of mind. You need to postpone your buying. If you think you're really on impulse buying, or you want to stop, you have to postpone your buying if it's possible, so that it will help you make a very informed decision. Okay. Then another striking point I mentioned today was, if it costs you $50 or 50,000, please count, if possible, sef, count 1 to 50. If possible, count 1 to 50 before you make your purchase, or think for 50 minutes before you make your purchase. If the thing is going to cost you 20,000 and you're thinking, is it worth it, just wait for 20 minutes and decide whether I should go for this purchase or I should not. That will help you a long way. All right. So I want to thank you so much for watching till now. I'm seeing you. I don't really see the name, but I can see people already watching the live stream. Thank you so much. And for those that are going to watch it after, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned to this channel, because I am out for you guys. I want to really help the 9 to 5 workers. In fact, that's my company name, 9 to 5 Solution Hubs. Haven't been in the 9 to 5 for 10 good years as a contract staff. You know what that means, right? As a contract staff for 10 good years in a financial institution. I came out and decided to share my experience with you guys to help you on your journey. And for those that want to join the 9 to 5 gang, I want to share my experience so that you can learn, and to help you while you are on your 9 to 5 job, and know the right thing you're supposed to be doing while you are there for the meantime, okay? And live a life of your dream. Okay, till I come your way next time. Thank you so much. I remain your coach, Vivian Ikechi, saying bye. Love you guys.